Hi, guys. Good evening. Welcome to Three Mississippi. Mike is still on a phone call for work. He's been super busy the last few days. Sorry, I left my cup over here. Whew, I have not hydrated enough today. I can tell you that. Mr. Bunko was actively playing with a mouse until it expired, and he's just left it on the porch. I'm like, it's just, oh, now he's gonna go play with it some more. Okay, that's cool. I don't know if he'll actually eat it, but hey, whatever. Well, happy Wednesday. Yesterday was a fun day, right? We'll get into that in a minute. I want to say hi to some of you guys first. Hello, Dano. Hello, Tamara Brown. Auntie Ann, as always. Hello, we love you. Mike will be out here, I'm sure, as soon as he gets off the phone from work. We got Back Road Freedom, Justin with Back Road Freedom. We got Tim, the Tool Man Taylor. Just kidding. We got Tim from Ridge Life. I always want to say that whenever I see your name though, Tim. I don't know why. But I saw you asking about Mike's finger tattoo. So mine is we had daisies and roses for our wedding flowers. So I got a daisy and a rose tattooed, and Mike's actually says it does not say Timbo forever, but it says I did, which came about because of a conversation we had one night while watching Duck Dynasty. They were talking about getting the ring finger tattooed, and then Mike, like 2 days later on his lunch break, went and got I did, because he wasn't going to do I do because he already did it. That was his, something along those lines was the reasoning behind it. But yeah, so there it is. MC Homestead, Mike and Terry, hello. Sorry, I'm trying to get to everybody. Hello, Jenky V. What is going on? What's going on? RF for life. Hello, Thomas. Thank you. We are glad you're enjoying the channel. We appreciate you guys. Vineyard Farmhouse, Brian's in the house. I love it. Oh no, I did not see that Christy McVie from Fleetwood Mac died today. I did not see that. I must have missed that. My goodness. Hello. Good evening. Hey, Jen's in here. What's going on? So Mike, I'm sure he'll be out here once he's able to be out here. I sent him a text. I was like 1 minute warning, but he was on the phone, so we'll see. Yeah, today was a crazy day. The rest of the week's fixing to be pretty crazy, and so is next week, but that's all right. So yesterday was exciting, right? As many of you know, many of you live in the South, there were some crazy storms that came through. In our little pocket of the world here, we got some thunder, we got some lightning, we got about 3 inches of rain. We never had a tornado touchdown here. We were under a watch and a flood advisory for like 6 hours yesterday. So we, had the generators all ready to go. We kept within earshot of each other in case we needed to run to the shelter. Had everything, set up as best we could. But luckily it was, Mike was watching Ryan Hall, y'all, pretty much all day, watching, on his other monitor while he was at work, kind of keeping an eye on where the tornadoes were, where they were touching down. Columbus got hit pretty hard. Starville apparently had a pretty bad one from what I understand. So it was a lot of damage, a lot of I think there's been some injuries. I haven't heard a whole lot of details about it today, but just kind of keeping them in our prayers, that hopefully everyone is okay, and but it's not as bad as they make it seem like on the news sometimes. So we'll keep a good thought. But yeah, here we're all in one piece. In fact, we later this evening, if not later this evening, tomorrow on Sippin' and Spillin', we will post. We went and did like basically a perimeter check to see if there was any damage from the winds and the heavy rains, or if there were any areas that were washed out. And I have to say, we came through relatively unscathed. Couple tree limbs down, nothing major. Couple, puddles of muddy standing water, but nothing crazy. Yeah, there was some in Louisiana. I did hear that there was a couple that touched down Louisiana. So Auntie Ann says around here tornado warnings mean party time. I know I've heard of people having like hurricane parties and things like that, but that I will say, and some of you know if you've heard me talk about it in other videos before, that was my one thing about being nervous about moving to the South is tornadoes, because growing up in Southern California, you never know when an earthquake's going to hit. There is like earthquake weather. Those of you who are from California, you know what I'm talking about, where you notice certain weather patterns do tend to line up with little earthquakes, but never lived through a major one in the 40 years that I lived in California. And this was my first, we were under hey, there might be tornadoes a few weeks ago. But this one was like, no, we're not kidding this time. Like, we're serious. And so we were ready. But the pond, David, is not full, but it definitely got some water. The creek is flowing a little bit more right now. Everything got watered. I was very proud of the fact that my Christmas lights stood up and did not fall down at all. That means I did a good job. So I was happy about that. I know there's not a very important thing to be excited about, but it's the little things sometimes that you have to just be grateful for, and that was today's, so, but yeah, so hello, treasure hunter. Hello. 15 degrees and a light wind, 0 twisters. Yeah, it's chilly out tonight. I've actually got 3 sweaters and an undershirt on. It's cold tonight. It's not like Spokane, Washington. I moved out of Tornado Alley back in 81. I don't miss it at all. I could see that, Leon. It's definitely a little bit stressful, but everywhere you live is going to have some kind of storm or geological issues. So, in California, we had no water, and there was fire season, which lasted about 7 to 8 months out of the year. And that was a constant threat as well. So I'm like, you know what? There's a trade-off, it's always a trade-off. So I know I'm frozen. I'm wearing all my sweaters and jackets, and this is like my pimp jacket, I feel like. So yeah, but I'm nice and I'm warm. I'm warmish. Oh, I hear Mike coming out now. He's ready.
Holy moly.
He's ready for action.
It's chilly out here.
Oh, I missed a super chat from somebody. Hold on. Gotta scroll back up here. I was jibber jawing. Randall Grunland, $10 super chat. Hola, how's life these days? Sorry, lost my brother a few weeks ago, been MIA. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Randall. I'm very sorry to hear that. My condolences.
I don't think I grabbed a big enough jacket.
I know, I told you.
It cooled down quick out here.
It did. It got chilly. Well, and it was cold. In fact, I was at Jen's house. That's in the chat here with us today, my friend.
Oh, Jen's in here?
Jen's in here.
Jen, we have your stuff everywhere here.
Yeah, it's just accumulating. I think they're just moving into our house.
No. I'm gonna sell that El Camino.
But I went to their house today to do some painting up on like underneath the eaves where the wood part is, and I had to get creative and put the ladder in the back of the truck to reach the top.
Tim,
what did he say?
Does Mike have his winter Birkenstocks on?
He actually does. He's got his Jesus sandals with slippers, or not slippers.
Oh,
what do you call
that's
it?
Funny.
What do you call those? Socks.
Yeah.
I could think of the word.
Yeah.
Tim was asking what your tattoo meant a little bit ago, and I said, or what it said, and I said that it said Timbo forever.
No. It says I did.
I know. I told them that already.
Yeah. Thanks for calling me out on the Birkenstocks there, Tim. I have been slammed today. In fact, the reason I'm late is because I was on a call for work, and I just, I'm just.
Did you see the present that Bunko left you, or maybe he moved it again? He killed a mouse since I was out here.
Good.
Yeah.
He should kill more. Good boy.
He's working. He's hunting. So.
Now he needs to learn how to kill dogs.
I don't think he's going to be able to do that.
Well.
He's kind of a little cat.
I'll teach him some jujitsu.
Oh, okay. That's some kung fu kitty.
Wrestle him down and choke him out.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Oh, Josh says thanks again, Mike, for last night. That sounds
kind
of funny when you just read it out of
For
context,
sure, man.
doesn't it? Thanks for last night, Mike.
I'm glad you. I'm glad you were in the clear. That was close.
They were messaging last night because Josh was right where the tornadoes were, and he one of the ones was. Yeah, I mean there was obviously multiples, but he wasn't getting good service, I guess.
Well, the power went out. He lost his Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And so he was having trouble getting info.
So Mike was texting him pictures of what was going on and where things were heading, because
I think one of those was probably what was it, Josh? It was within 2 miles of your house. It's close. It's close. And there was another one that was had a beeline for you, and just as it passed the airport and as it hit Columbus, it just kind of broke apart. So yeah, it was crazy last night. Crazy. I was watching. I had like 3 monitors going. I was watching, the various storm chasers and news outlets, and Ryan Hall, y'all. He's my favorite. But yeah, it was crazy last night.
Yeah,
crazy.
It was. Paul Honeyman says Bunko can still kill dogs. He'll just get stuck in their throat and then they would just choke.
Right. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Sharon Miles said, I prayed for you guys several times through the night. God definitely took care of me and my dogs as a tornado crossed the road very close to our house. God is good. Oh my goodness. Yes. I know a lot of people had either very close calls or were in the path, and just keeping them in our prayers, because it's a scary thing. Like, it's a sudden
there was one in Louisiana that was bad. I haven't heard how bad really yet, but I think there were some injuries.
They might still be assessing some things too, because
something Parish, Louisiana. I can't remember.
Everything's parish out there. Yeah. Let's see here.
What's Josh talking about? MSU and Ole Miss. I'll answer for them. They say Ole Miss I can't watch anymore. I'm not sure. I missed something.
He maybe was talking to somebody else.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe.
33 total across 4 states. Your cousin says. Laura says.
Hey, Laura.
33. I'm assuming she means tornadoes across 4 states.
Yeah, when I went to bed, pretty much they'd moved out of Mississippi, and there was now some action happening in Alabama, and Ryan Hall finally signed off. He did a live for like
almost a full 24 hours, wasn't it?
No. It was about 10. I think he was on for about 10 hours.
My bad.
But when he finally logged off, I might have had a whiskey or two. And finally, I was just tired. I wound up calling a buddy of mine who lives on the Louisiana-Texas line to find out, what kind of weather he got. And none. I mean, these things started in Louisiana and then hit Mississippi. So, but yeah, I talked to him for a while, and then finally it was too late for me. It was like 11 o'clock or 11:30, and I had to crash. So I didn't even see what happened later at night in Alabama. I was done. But Josh did send me some pictures today of some damage that happened in his neighborhood.
Yeah,
I mean, like houses jacked up, roofs ripped off, carports closed in on top of vehicles. And that was only, I mean, what, 40 minutes from us?
I don't know, because I don't know that.
Yeah. In the Columbus area.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I think Columbus that close?
I think so.
Oh, I thought it was a little farther.
Maybe it's a little farther. I haven't driven there yet. Yeah. Have we been there?
You did, but you
went looking at houses there.
I feel like it was more like an hour or more.
Oh, maybe.
But,
Yeah.
I just figure everything's an hour away, because it's usually right. Because you never know when you're going to get stuck behind a Final Destination logging van that's trying to kill you.
Not ignoring your question about Frankie. We just keep getting distracted on this job, and I'm coming back to that. I've seen you ask a couple of times.
You go ahead and answer that.
So Randall, the question about Frankie, she has not bagged a deer yet. In fact, she has not gone deer hunting yet. So that is hopefully.
She's done lots of deer prepping.
Yeah, that is hopefully happening soon. She is shooting better. We graduated from shooting at targets that have, crosshairs and bullseyes on them that are easy to focus at where you're shooting, to shooting at photographs, life-size photographs of deer. And for her having to visualize where the vitals come up from that leg, and she just wants a little more practice. So I respect that. And so we have not yet gone actual deer hunting. Hopefully that's happening this week.
Bambi gets to live another day.
Yeah.
Hi, Cindy Brown. No worries. It's okay. Everybody runs late once in a while. No biggie. No biggie.
So Tim was in here on his other channel. I forget the name of that channel.
It's a mouthful. I'm gonna give him.
It is.
I'm gonna give him a hard time about it. It's like Tim Ridge Life.
Life's reviews.
Yeah, and Tim's something.
And Super Specialness.
Yeah.
I forget the name of it.
And Jazz
I don't see him here.
I don't know. He's
there it is. There it is. Ridge Life's reviews and how-tos.
We made that a lot harder than it needed.
Yeah, we did. We complicated that.
But that's what we do.
That's what you get for talking about my Birkenstocks.
There you go. I know. It is what it is.
So I was messaging with Tim a little bit last night too. He got a decent amount of rain up there in West Tennessee, north of us, but of course none of the like real tornado weather came in there. I think he said he got like 3 inches though.
Oh, did you find out if your other deer had wasting disease yet? I have not been on YouTube in like 2 days because life.
I know you got. Oh, Randall. What do we got here? Another small donation for her first mount. Okay, you put mouth, but
we think we know.
I'm sure you meant mount.
Yeah.
Please God, let it be way bigger than anything Tim ever bagged. Oh, nice.
And we know that David will never bag.
Yeah, we don't have to worry about David over at
He's
Come On
not here,
Homestead
because
he can't shoot straight.
That's right. So we can talk all the crap we want. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's
awesome. Thank you, Randall.
Tim says not yet. They're slow to get testing out. Understandable.
Yeah, I think it takes like 2 weeks up there.
That's a bummer.
But that's about how long he went ages them anyway. Yeah, so it's like probably perfect timing.
Yeah, I guess. But that's like disappointing though if you're like you think you have deer almost ready and then you're like snatch. No.
Right. Now you gotta throw it out.
Now you gotta start all over again.
Yeah.
Catch another deer.
Catch
and release when it's
how do you catch deer?
When it's catch.
We want to know, how do you catch deer?
I'm calling it catch and release hunting when they take it away from you. You're releasing it back to them.
Generally, when you catch and release something, it continues to live.
I get that, but I'm making new rules.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sid's rules. Catch and release means kill it and throw it away.
Well, that's if somebody.
Yeah, the wasting disease is a bummer.
Yeah.
It's it is wasteful. But that animal, if you didn't harvest it, was going to die a very terrible death. So. It's a catch-22.
Yeah, it's like you did a good thing. But
it's a bummer to find out that you got this meat
Josh
in the
says
cooler.
that catch and release deer hunting is a new sport now. See?
Yeah, Sid's gonna jump from the stand and wrangle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be funny. I would.
Judging
I would sell tickets.
Well, I did a lot of praying today on top of that ladder. A lot. Praying because I was not the ground where I was painting. I
wish I'd have been there too.
I filmed a little
in the
bit.
bushes to see that because I'm sure it was out loud praying.
It was,
and it was not church language.
No, I kept it clean because I really needed his help. Because the underneath where I had to get the ladder as close as I could to the house in order for me to reach because T-Rex arms, the ground is not level, so I couldn't find a spot where it wouldn't teeter. So I was balancing as I'm underneath the window, put the ladder in the bed of the truck, and then stand on my tippy toes to reach.
Mm-hmm.
So I almost died.
Huh. Josh says Mike's up first. Hope you survive it. He's probably talking about wrestling the deer. Dude, I don't know how many of you guys have seen what a deer can do. I knew a guy who was running in formation in the military.
I know this.
Back east, down a dirt road, whole platoon of guys running, singing, and a deer comes down an embankment at full speed and runs into this cat knocks him over, and then bop, 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 beats him up
Scared the cat.
with those hooves, and then runs away.
Yeah.
Whole platoon of guys watched this. Nobody did anything.
They're probably in shock.
Yeah.
I don't
You
know.
don't want to wrestle with a deer.
Maybe they were in shock. Southern West Homestead. Hello. I hope you guys weathered it okay. I know you guys weren't like didn't have one touch down right by you, but or right at you, but hopefully you didn't have a lot of like wind damage or anything like that.
Yeah, got ran over by a deer. That's exactly what. Oh, Oak's in here. Outdoor Adventures. Karen. No. Carrie. Yeah, you're not a Karen.
You're not a Karen.
Although there is a Karen that frequents our channel that is also not a Karen.
Yes,
we like her.
Yeah.
Outdoor Adventures with Carrie.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Jen. She said thank you for doing everything, and especially on a ladder. Yes, you owe me though. I legit thought I was gonna die.
When she told me she was going over to paint your house that you haven't bought yet, I was like, "You're doing what?"
Yeah, he was like,
just go ahead and repeat that.
Yeah, he was like, "Do you have permission to do that?" I was like, I don't know. They need it done.
Right.
But I legit needed not to have T-Rex arms today, but sadly I do.
Yeah.
Because it was a struggle bus.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I could have helped you.
But now you can't redo that section of the house because
it probably needs redone.
I have sentimental attachment to it now. So you have to leave that strip of siding the same. Sorry.
Okay. You probably should have just showed up with a couple of cans of spray paint. And
I still wouldn't have been able to reach. You kidding me? But I did match the color like pretty dang well, I would say.
Yeah.
I think I did a good job. So safety last.
Dude,
get the job done first. That was my goal.
Buddy yours got attacked by a bobcat turkey hunting. I have never seen a cat attack a human. I've heard of mountain lion attacks. I've seen a couple of interesting mountain lion encounters on YouTube where the cat like backs somebody up. I know it has happened. It's very rare. Bobcat even more so. I mean, bobcat could mess you up. I mean, it's a mean animal, but they're just so.
They're little and cute looking.
Bobcats?
The bobcats are little and cute looking.
What bobcats are you talking about?
The bobcats.
The bobcats.
Not cougars.
No, the bobcats that are like.
Yeah, they look little and cute from far away.
3 times as big as a house cat. Giant claws.
Yeah, but they look from far away. They look non-threatening.
Oh, they're definitely not non-threatening.
But like a cougar looks like she will cut you.
Oh, they both cut you.
But you know what I mean.
The thing is, both of them are terrified of humans, so they generally will never see them
unless there's cups.
So your boy that got jacked up by a bobcat probably had it cornered. I'm guessing.
Maybe.
I've seen a bobcat jack up some dogs though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody said they grow up to weigh 20 to 30 pounds.
Auntie Ann says bobcats.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But I mean, that cat right there is.
He's like 2 pounds.
7 pounds.
Oh no, there's no way he's 7 pounds already.
Marty's
like
he's 6 pounds.
You think?
Anyway, yeah, bobcat is easily 3 to 4 times bigger than a house cat. But still, I would not want to fight with a bobcat at all.
No.
Because they're fast. You're already cut.
You're already half dead. What do you do?
He looks at you and you're cut. That's how fast they are.
Wow.
You're cut 4 times.
I'm more scared of like mountain lions, I guess, than bobcats. Just because like I feel like a bobcat would just run away, but a cougar, like a mountain lion, will come at you. I feel like they will come at you.
Only if it, I mean,
do you know how many things I heard of like joggers getting attacked by like mountain lions, like they jump down on them and then eat them?
No.
Yes, I've heard so many stories.
No.
It's happened.
I'll bet you it's happened.
There was like
probably a sick cat.
I don't know if it was sick, but it was not happy with that runner.
Because a mountain lion is not going to attack a healthy human being
that's actively running.
Even if you're actively running.
I don't know.
Now, a small child? Oh yeah, a mountain lion looks at that and goes,
that's a snack.
Snack time.
That's a snacky snack. I know.
Yeah. Wait until you come face to face with a 9-foot gator. So here's the thing. I probably will never come face to face with a 9-foot gator at this point in my life. I've been in jump boats and had them right there when I was younger. the odds of me putting myself in a situation where I'm going to be face to face with a 9-foot gator nowadays are getting slimmer and slimmer.
Yeah,
But
I don't think
it
there'll be
could
any
still
gators
happen.
in our creek.
No.
So, I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, mountain lions will stalk you.
See, I have proof that I
And a mountain lion will stalk an adult, but it's likely. I mean, just look at the stats. They generally don't attack adults. If it was starving, if there was no food available, yeah, there's situations. But I mean, there's people just don't get attacked by mountain lions as a general. Now, moose. Look up the stats on how many people get jacked up by moose.
Killed by moose a year than
something impressive.
I forget what it is too. It's way more than sharks. Like people need to be way more scared of moose than they do of sharks. Yeah. But
if you're not scared of a moose, you're dumb.
Ask anyone who's Canadian; they'll tell you. A moose
or people from Idaho or
they really Montana, or Alaska. But they just wander around and just like
a moose will jack you up.
A moose wakes up every morning and chooses violence.
Right.
That is what happens. And so and they're giant. Like moose are big. Like they're taller than my house. Like they're not like the whole house, but like the roof, like the thing, They're big.
No.
Yeah, they are. Have you seen a moose?
Yes, I've seen a moose.
They're really tall.
They're not taller than your house, though.
They're taller than the.
That was a fish story.
They're taller.
It was this big.
No, they're taller than the roof of this part. Like they would, their head would be on top of the roof.
No, it wouldn't.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes.
No, you're wrong.
Because have you ever seen a moose outside a doorway of like a department store, like in Canada, walking down the street when they're way taller than the doorway.
So general doorway is 6'8".
Right.
6 foot, 8 inches. That's 8 feet.
Okay, I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just saying, really tall. Anything above 5 feet is really tall.
To you.
Yes. In my world.
All right. That was fun.
Tall. Yes. Sorry, squirrel.
Biggest thing we fear up in the Arctic, they're called snow ticks. Okay, I can't read the rest of that, but that was funny. Good for you, Randall.
That's cool.
Moose animal image. Oh, you tried to attach an image there and it didn't work out.
Tamara says that they lost a lot of neighbors.
Up to 6 foot. Oh, where are we seeing that?
Tamara Brown said they lost a lot of neighbors that day in 45 seconds. They had a basement, so they were safe. But
where?
I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness.
Wow. I don't know where you're talking about, Tamara. I hadn't heard of loss of life last night, but I know it was bad. I know there were some really bad tornadoes. I know there was one really bad one in Louisiana. There were a couple of several pretty nasty ones here in Mississippi. But I've been so slammed today that I haven't caught a lot of the news.
She's north of us.
I didn't realize we had loss of life last night. That's terrible.
2 people lost their lives last night from the storms, says Ma and my buddy. That's sad. 2 people killed in Alabama last night.
Oh, in Alabama.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, and see, I thought the storms were really losing, their strength by the time they were getting into Alabama. But they may very well have been picking up some more warm air from the Gulf. I don't know.
Oh, Ridge Life is correct. A moose is 7 foot at shoulder and 9 feet or more at antlers is common. So yeah, if you went all the way to the top of their head, they'd be bigger than
the top of their antlers.
Yeah, that's their head. I'm counting that as their head.
All right. I just feel like we should let her have this win. And
he says I'm too argumentative. And so I have to not say things. Because then
she can be quite argumentative.
But I sometimes know stuff. And I know a moose is tall. Taller than me.
It's definitely taller.
It's taller than you.
We are in 100% agreement. It's taller than both of us.
Okay.
I just don't know if it's taller than our house.
Not the whole house. Just this little part right here. I'm talking about this little patio.
To the east.
Yeah.
Which is about 9 feet.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, somebody threw a stat out there that looked like they Googled that said that the tops of their horns can be 9 feet. So you get to be right
You
on this.
said horns.
Yes, I did.
Admonish.
I don't even think Bigfoot would mess with a moose. I seen a moose chasing a bear. Yeah, no kidding. Me and my buddy. I think Bigfoot probably has a moose that he rides like a horse. You know?
Maybe.
And the two of them go into battle together. Like, what was that? What
like
was that?
He-Man on the tiger.
He-Man on the what was that tiger's
some
name?
Weird outer space tiger.
We're going back to like
know.
1989,
Like,
88.
oh, it's gonna bug me now. Somebody look it up. What was He-Man's tiger that he rode? That he was like, in the name of Grayskull, and then his tiger.
I have the power.
Yeah, tiger.
Randall Grunlin, $5 super chat. Mike, did you break anything lately? Well,
anything juicy.
funny you ask.
That's Friday's video. Well, he didn't break it.
I did. Well, I
tried.
I tried really hard to break something.
Yeah.
The other day, and Sid caught it all on film, and it was a mess. It was embarrassing. It was what it was, and that video is posting on Friday. However,
Cringer the Battle Cat.
If you're on Patreon, if you're on our Patreon, I actually posted it to our Patreon today. So anybody that is a Patreon, they get early access to that video for a couple of days before it goes live on Friday.
Backyard Homesteader, what's going on?
Battle Cat, right? There it is.
That's what I said.
I wasn't listening. I was talking.
I know. Cringer the Battle Cat, apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, that is what it is. Burp, burp, burp.
I crack you up when Sid loses it. Yeah.
I lose a lot.
Oh, Cindy's got a link to our Patreon page there. Hey, we're not asking anybody to join our Patreon. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us in our lives and chatting with us and watching our videos. We love you. But you know, we joined Patreon because it's a thing out there. It's a platform. So we did it, and we're definitely not like soliciting you to go join our Patreon. Just letting you know that if you are a member of the Patreon, sometimes you get early access to videos like the one that we're talking about right now that's posting on Friday. It's there now. And sometimes, you know, there's stuff that we shoot, we intend to use for YouTube, and then we look at it and we're like, you know what, we can't use this.
Yeah. Or
we can't use all of it. Or if there's pew-pews involved and Frankie, you know, we have to worry about. Yeah. So some of that stuff we post over there. So that's what that's all about.
Yeah. All that good stuff.
Oh yeah, Castle Grayskull. Yeah, 1982. Wow.
Yep. I had all the She-Ra stuff.
That tracks.
I was She-Ra for Halloween, like probably in 84, 85, probably 85.
Yeah, I feel like
I had the She-Ra sword.
Well, I mean, yeah, 1990 was Hello Uncle Sam. So I feel like if I was into like He-Man and Grayskull and all that, it would have been when I was much younger than that. So.
Well, I don't know when He-Man started. I just remember it was like big in like the early
to
mid 80s. Like when I was
early
growing
80s
up, like,
probably seems like it tracks.
Yeah, like She-Ra and He-Man and the very strangely similar relationship that they had to like the Star Wars Princess Leia and Skywalker relationship. It was like somewhat not appropriate, but they made it work. What? That's where it was like.
I feel like you're overthinking this.
I'm not. It's very simple.
Okay.
Google it.
I don't want to. First of all,
you're like,
ain't no telling what's going to pop up if you Google that.
Yeah, that's
not going to happen.
That's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
How are the chicks doing? Tiana says they are doing well. They are getting bigger and bigger every day.
Hello, Heather. How you doing? How you doing?
She's late. Admonish.
That's all right.
We allow it.
It's cool.
We allow it. We're not.
We just appreciate that you bothered to show up at all. That's awesome.
1983 is when He-Man started. Wow.
Really?
So yeah, I guess I must have really watched it from the beginning.
Huh.
Because it was the thing. Chicken Wing, and then it was Rainbow Bright and Strawberry Shortcake, and
I feel like Steve Hill's taking a stab at my age right there, but I'm not putting it together. It was after you were the appropriate age, Mike.
Oh yeah, you just no. You're just saying it wasn't your time frame. It was my time frame. Oh, right? I don't know. I can't.
I think it was an overlap there, because you're 9 years younger than me.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you were young enough that you were starting to enjoy it, and I was old enough that I probably was on the verge of not really watching cartoons much anymore, but I still was.
Yeah.
Like Beavis and Butthead, dude. I watched that cartoon.
Yeah, but that was like in the 90s.
Yeah, that was later.
And that was like very raunchy. So
I know
that tracks.
I know I was in the military. I have memories of being in the military, stuck on base because I had duty.
Tim says you're more
watching Beavis and Butthead.
I don't know what Hong Kong Phooey is. I've never heard of that.
Hong Kong Phooey. See, I don't know that one.
Randall, $5
Tim?
super chat. Mike, you're a cradle robber. No, I like to freak him out. So the best thing I ever said to him once, I think we were still dating. We might have been married. I don't remember. But I said, I was doing the math on like when he went and joined the service. And I was like, wow, you were off fighting a war while I was still in elementary school. And he was like, ew. like, it sounds like that was a huge.
We don't need to like go back that far.
But
like,
it was funny.
You were 21 when we started dating.
Yeah, I know.
I was not 30.
I know.
Barely.
Yeah, you turned 30 while we were dating.
So we were both in our 20s.
Yeah.
It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, you're great.
Golly.
Wow. My goodness.
It's all good. Yeah.
Hong Kong Phooey. I have never heard of
I don't know Hong Kong Phooey.
I've never even heard of that. But apparently Auntie Anne and
Tim from Ridge Life was watching it.
They've been watching it.
So yeah, I don't know.
Oh my goodness.
Liberty Farms, 22 years in the Navy. Thank you for your service, amigo. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Oh, Thomas says that his dad married his mom when she was 16 and he was 21. My great grandmother and grandfather, she was, from what I've been told, she was 13 and he was like 27 or some ridiculous number. Like there was a gap, a big gap. But I don't know. But it was like fresh off the boat. Like that's what they did back then. I don't know.
It's Chile.
It is Chile. That's why I'm wearing 3 jackets.
And I don't mean like South America Chile.
Oh, Chilean sea bass.
Which is not a sea bass. It's actually a grouper.
Grouper. Yeah, it's not a grouper.
It's a grouper.
Gotta watch that fish. It gets a little handsy. No, it's
a grouper.
It's a grouper. Yes.
That was good. Woo!
Okay. Oh my goodness.
Full blown country's in the house.
What's going on?
Full blown country's going live after this, right?
That is correct. In 20 no. Yeah, 20
about
minutes.
20
About 20 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got
Empty Homestead.
Empty Homestead with Mike and Terry.
Yeah.
And then there's Brian with Vineyard Farmhouse. And I know you sent me the thing. I have it on my phone.
I always want to call him Hooch and Pooch, but that's not what they go by.
Pretty and Pooch?
Pretty and Pooch. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's full blown country. Tree Haven is on live tonight with Vineyard Farmhouse with Brian.
Oh, Pretty and Pooch is on.
Pretty and Pooch is full blown country.
No, right, but I thought that I saw that they were gonna be on Vineyard Farmhouse tonight.
Not according to what Brian sent me. Did you see something I didn't see?
Probably not.
I don't know.
I probably saw the wrong thing.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know, baby boy. Take him home from hospital.
But there's plenty to watch on the YouTube tonight.
There is.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see here.
Somebody will set you straight if you were wrong or whatever.
Okay,
I don't know.
I know. I'm waiting for somebody to start like tongue lashing me right now.
Jess and Crystal from Tree Haven is who's on with Brian tonight at Vineyard Farmhouse.
Hey, Thomas said, Mike and Sid and Frankie, I love y'all's videos, and Sid makes me laugh. Well, she makes me laugh too.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
That's the only reason he keeps me around, for entertainment value, because most of the time I drive him crazy. He's not denying it.
Tree Haven says, I'll be on the Vineyard Farmhouse.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Okay. No, I was saying you're correct. I was incorrect. It happens.
Oh, I thought
occasionally.
Can I get that in writing?
Mm-mm.
Like in blood?
Mm-mm.
No.
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 Nah.
I don't know.
Oh, let's see. What brand of drone do we use? It is
DJI.
D something
DJI.
Mini 3 Pro. Is it DJI?
DJI.
DJI.
That's it.
Mini 3 Pro. Yeah.
I get dyslexic sometimes.
There you go. Liz Dexic.
That's not what I said.
I know.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a minute. That's not okay.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. We like it. We're still getting to know it. It's different.
It takes some finessing.
Yeah.
It's like you got to move it really slow, and then even when you think you're moving it slow, sometimes it's still going. It'll go, and you're like, okay, calm down, drone. She's a lot.
Yeah. And when you're looking at the screen and flying it, it's one thing. But then when you put your eyes on the drone and try to fly it, it's backwards.
Well, not always.
Sort of.
It depends on which direction you're flying.
Híjole.
It's very much like you really just have to try to focus on the screen, because if you try to look at it, especially if it's flying in a different direction than you're looking, you will mess yourself up 100% every time.
Oh, what do we got here? Randall, $5 super chat. Going live at 0 dark 30.
At Big Toes. What?
Well, there's a JK there, which means just kidding.
Oh.
I
finally have some humor back.
All right. I mean,
we will take the humor for sure.
we like humor. Hey,
so
we enjoy
like
humor.
But that one of my favorite lines from Steel Magnolias is "Laughter through tears is one of my favorite emotions." So sometimes when you go through something really.
Liberty Farms can't wait to have enough subscribers to make going live worth it. So here I wait. You know, I mean, look, man, if you can get just a handful of people in there and have fun, you don't have to go for an hour, right? Let's say you get 5 people in there.
I think he means like whatever the limit is on like how many subscribers you have to have. You know, all the benchmarks you have to.
I don't know if there is there a limit. Maybe.
They keep changing stuff, so I honestly don't know what the parameters are now to go live. I just know that they still exist. I just don't know what they are.
But lives can be, I mean, you know, I think they're fun. I enjoy like the actual interaction. Like, you're not sitting in front of me and I'm not talking to you, but because the chat is live, I feel like I get the question or I get the statement or I get the joke or whatever, and then I can respond, and then somebody else can respond. And it's like there's 280 people in here all laughing at the same joke. It's kind of fun. So, I mean, if you can get half dozen people in a live, so it only goes for 15 minutes. That's cool. Have fun with it, you know, for 15 minutes or ever how long.
Right.
And let it grow from there.
Well, and it just means like this, when you have smaller lives, sometimes
Fishy
you just have more
Sippy.
conversations.
This cat right here
always goes like this.
Always goes like this.
Because he's like,
I always see Fishy Sippy. I don't know who this cat is, but he's a cool cat.
Yeah.
I always see this on a video. And then one day, a couple of weeks ago, he left a comment. Did you notice that?
I can't remember now.
Off the top of my head, I forget what the comment was, but homeboy always just throws this down on a video. And a couple of weeks ago, he commented on something. I'm gonna have to go back and look and see if I can figure out what it was. Anyway, what's up, yo?
Oh, bye, Tim from Ridge Life's reviews and how-tos. Enjoy dinner at your mom's. Tell her to make you some meatloaf. Because that's what they make meatloaf.
Tell her to make me some meatloaf.
I can make meatloaf. You want me to make meatloaf?
Where did we have meatloaf recently?
That was random.
Oh, I remember what it was.
I think maybe only you had meatloaf, because I don't remember having meatloaf.
It was after church.
Oh, yes, it was the Southern tradition.
It was that one day that we weren't having family lunch after church.
Right.
And we went to that restaurant after church, and that meatloaf was stupid. It was so good.
It was good. It was good.
We should go back there.
I'm not going there right now.
On like a Saturday.
They have different hours.
Everybody in Mississippi has different hours.
So we have to look. You have to look before you go.
And no, you can't even look before you go.
You have to just drive.
You gotta call them.
Well, no,
and hope
they
they
don't
answer
the phone. So you have to drive and just know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's another place that's supposed to be really good that we haven't gone to yet either, but they have weird hours. So.
Hey, Fishy Sippy, if you're still in here, are you in Mississippi? I'm curious.
I would imagine he would almost have to be.
Well,
my name is Daniel. I'm in Pearl, Mississippi.
Oh, there we go.
There you go.
Pearl, Mississippi. All right, cool. What's up, Daniel? We'll see if I remember that. I'll try.
I definitely do this just to show love.
Yeah,
yes, we appreciate it.
I see you comment all the time with that, and I'm like, oh, this guy's, he watches the videos, and I love that. I appreciate that. But when you actually left a comment on that one, I read it. I was like, oh, this dude never comments. He just like drops an
emoji.
Hola. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So Daniel, I'll try to remember that. Daniel. That's the name of the guy that sold me my orange tractor.
Sold you Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which he hasn't killed Kenny yet.
I've not killed Kenny. I've beat Kenny up a little bit on accident. Like, right. I've been slightly abusive to Kenny. There's gonna be some therapy on Kenny's part, but we're working it out. All right. So I think it's not cold, but it's chilly right now. I think it's probably in the mid 40s. So when that weather was coming through, it was like 70 degrees for a little while. It warmed up. All that warm air was sucked up from
today?
No, yesterday.
Oh, yesterday it was humid too, so it was warm. Yeah.
It was humid and warm.
About today. I was like, no, today's cold.
All that crazy weather sucked all this warm, humid air up from the Gulf, which apparently is the recipe for tornadoes. But it cooled off quick.
Yeah, it's chilly and clear tonight.
Yeah.
Very clear tonight.
And it's gonna get flat cold.
Yeah. It's supposed to be pretty
we're probably gonna get a frost tomorrow night. It's only gonna get down to 38, 39 probably tonight, but I think tomorrow night we might see a little frost.
It feels colder than it is right now though.
It does because it was so warm yesterday.
Well, that and it's like a chilly, chill, a wetness in the air.
I feel like it's probably 40 to 42 right now. I'm guessing.
Let's see if you're right.
We'll see if your phone's right.
42 on the
Boom!
nose.
Come on.
Look at you.
How you like it now? I mean, 42 is not cold. But when I walked outside expecting it to be 50, that 8 degrees in that temperature range makes a difference. So I got my Birkenstocks on, and I got a light flannel over a thin Carhartt shirt. I'm not dressed for 42 degrees. That's all right.
Are you talking about Altruistic Farmstead, Randall? Did something happen? He's saying, please pray for Altruistic.
What? Yeah, what
happened?
Those
two are the best of the best. I don't know. That's why I didn't hear anything. That's why I'm like, I don't know.
Fill us in. We got 268 people in here to throw up a prayer.
I must have missed something. Like I said, I haven't really been on YouTube poking around much lately because life. But
yeah.
I've seen it be 80 degrees with tornadoes one day and then be 20 degrees the next day with
snow. That's no joke.
Yeah, Mississippi weather is hey, let's roll the dice.
Come on.
See what happens.
It's crazy. I love it though.
I do. I don't mind it at all.
I like to change it up.
I mean,
I like to switch it up.
I could do without tornado watches. I'd be okay without that. But
I was having fun last night with the tornado.
That's why we didn't film Sipping and Spilling.
I don't want to
say. We can't go film. I have to watch it.
Fun might have been the wrong word there.
He was interested in it.
He was trying interested. To understand. I definitely don't want to make it sound like, it's fun to think about there's possible destruction happening. But I mean, I was very interested and engaged in what was going on. Yeah.
Farmer 11 says, are you glad you moved or would you rather be in California? No, I'm very glad we moved. There's always trade-offs anywhere that you are, right? And so I traded fire season, which was 8 months out of the year, for tornadoes.
But you know what?
I mean, really,
there wouldn't be a wildfire season in California
if it didn't have it.
If Gavin Newsom wasn't an idiot.
Well, yes, but that's not the point. The point is, I'm very happy we're in Mississippi.
You have to manage your wildlands. You have to do controlled burns. You have to. There's just so much. I don't even. Yeah, so much.
All the things. All the things.
Yeah. I mean, we're about to have wildfire season here. I'm about to go burn that whole creek. I'm gonna burn that whole fence line up there. I'm gonna light fires and just watch it burn.
Randall Gremlin, $2 super chat for Sid's hand warmers because I'm constantly going like this. I
Yeah.
know, and I left my mittens inside. So
when I walked outside, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
I needed.
When I set this up, I was like, oh, I need to go grab my big jacket because I'm gonna be sitting here shivering. I'm still sitting here shivering, but I'm at least like mostly warmer. So, because this jacket is very intense. Like it's got fur. It's not real fur, and then it's like a fake suede and fur, but it's pretty dang warm. It'd probably be warmer if it was real fur and suede.
Mississippi weather keeps you on your toes. That is true.
True story.
Yep. Especially when it's chilly outside and you put your toes into some Birkenstocks instead of some boots. Shame on me for that one.
Yeah, that was 100% you.
Oh, Josh is still in here. Burn, and you don't have to get a permit here either. That's true.
That's
you
right.
know what? I mean, we do have fire bans during certain times of the year here, and the fire chief for our area actually goes to church with us. I asked her at one point. It was back in October when there was a ban. I was like, "So, what happens if I burn right now?" She's like, "Don't burn. I will ticket you." But other than when there's a danger and it hasn't rained for a while and they're concerned, you just do what you want.
We have a blessed evening.
Like we had a dumpster that was a half-yard dumpster at our old place, and we would fill it because of all of the like class alpha material that we had. Right here, we have a little rolly dumpster and we don't fill it.
Right.
Because we got a bonfire, yo. I mean, why are we sending stuff that'll burn in a burning barrel to the dump?
I don't know.
We're not. That's the answer. We're not.
Yeah. Oh, I missed it. I was trying to go back to it. Emma from Sunny's Place says the powers that be in California do a terrible job of managing the lands to prevent wildfires. Have for a long, long time. That is so true. Since as long as I can
I'm sorry, but
remember.
wildfires are a important part
Randall Gremlin
of
says $2.
land
Is this going to be a
regeneration.
long story, Mike? That's how I feel sometimes. I'm like,
oh, Randall just paid $2 to shut Mike up.
Yes, he did. I'm like,
I'm gonna give you $2 worth.
You ask Mike what time it is. He's like, let me tell you how you build this clock first.
I'm gonna give you $2 worth, Randall, starting now.
He's like, I'll be quiet now, I promise. Oh my goodness.
I'm out of whiskey. I'll be back.
Awesome Run Homestead. Mama V, what's going on? Hello. Now it's so quiet. It's not that cold. Like it's been in the 40s here on other days and it didn't feel this cold. There's a wetness in the air that it's making it feel colder. Like a very light breeze and like a wetness in the air. I don't know how else to describe it. It's just making it feels more like it's in the 30s than it does in the 40s. But I don't know. It is what it is. Yes, the humidity, except it doesn't feel humid right now. You know how when it's like sticky humid? I mean, I know there's different types of humidity, but like when someone says like, oh, it's humid, it's when you think like, oh, it's like hot, sticky, humid, like a wet, hot washcloth on your nose. You can't breathe. But
what? We're waterboarding? Oh, that's your $2 worth right there.
Yeah, it didn't last very long.
Did I hear somebody say we're waterboarding me with hot washcloth?
No, that is not what's happening. We're talking about humidity.
Because I'm cool for that.
Steve humidity. Says, how do y'all like the politics here in Mississippi versus California? 180-degree different. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, Mississippi's a purple state.
It doesn't feel purple.
But the reason it doesn't feel purple, well, I mean, I could get into my opinion and risk offending some people, but I feel like there are some people who are more Republican leaning that don't necessarily ride on a Republican ticket for fear of the word Republican. So I think it's more red than it is purple. That's just my observation.
Is that your observation?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Humidity all year long. I don't mind the humidity. Do you?
Randall's a $5 super chat. Say hi to Mama V. We did.
Mama V!
Mama V. Pass around Homestead.
Yeah.
We did.
Rather be in California weather than Mississippi weather. Look, I mean, I get that. There is a particular time of year where the weather in California is really, really nice. But there's something that makes you feel alive about the seasons. Like when it's cold, embrace it and prepare for it. But there's something necessary about that vernalization, that winter, like we need it. And the leaves changing color in the fall, and the spring actually feeling like spring. I mean, out there it went from a brief winter to summer. Spring is beautiful. Spring is amazing. I like four seasons. So I feel like the weather in the South, you're gonna think I'm crazy, is better than the weather in California. I do.
Well, and I think
that's probably why this is where we belong.
I think there's very also even just the difference in the weather between like LA and San Diego. Like LA does not have very good weather. They get a lot more like icky rain and a lot more Santa Ana stuff.
Oh, and like San Francisco.
And really, really hot, crazy, like stupid hot. Like they get stupid hot, which people don't realize. And then Southern California is like where we were from was much more. What?
Mark, they must have replayed the episode of The Hustler that you were on.
Oh,
he said he saw it last night.
Oh, or he was watching it on the.
Oh, that's true.
Like everything's on demand.
Streaming.
Now, so
everything's streaming now.
Yeah. You get to watch.
Yeah, she was on an episode of The Hustler.
Yeah.
All y'all can go Google it.
Yeah, did not win.
She lost.
Disappointed.
She was close. She did good.
Let's see. Beth's texting me because she's.
See how fast she typed with one thumb. I know, right? She's a Jedi. Randall. She's like.
I'm not even typing that fast.
And it was a book.
I can't type. Like that's really weird.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
David doesn't like winter. Hey, the cold. Yeah, I mean, you have to get used to cold. And I do like layers. I like wearing layers. To some people, it's a heavy feeling. To me, it's a comforting feeling, and I like the ability to be able to lose them as I need to, if it warms up. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's just cold all day. Like, forget about it. It is what it is, though. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, we got our
Liberty Farm says
30-second warning here.
Wish I could post a picture of my thermometer while y'all are blowing on your hands. Like, look, it's like 42 degrees here, and I'm feeling slightly chilly, but wherever Liberty Farms is, it must be a lot colder.
We were 25 degrees like last week.
No, it's 2 weeks ago.
Was it 2 weeks? I don't know. Yeah. Whatever.
Last week it was warm.
Was it? Oh, I wouldn't say it's warm, but it wasn't like cold.
It was above 50. It was warm.
There was a couple. Yeah, that's true. There was a couple days where it was kind of warmer. Yeah.
But yeah, 2 weeks ago it was in the 20s.
20s for it was a lot. Yeah, it was a lot. So it happens. All right, guys, it is time for us to say goodbye. Stick around for Full Blown Country and MT Homestead and Brian at Vineyard Farmhouse. We appreciate you guys so much. We hope that you will continue to pray for those affected by the storms yesterday. And we thank you for hanging out with us tonight. We hope you all have a blessed rest of your week. So thank you. Bye.